Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light shining in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Hi, I'm Doc Marshall for Lessons.io. Today I want to look at a song called Let Me Call You Sweetheart. It's a nice song from back in 1910. I don't know how many of you would have heard this before, and I doubt that anybody's old enough to remember it, but it was a nice old song, and we're going to do it in the key of G today. Okay, the chords you're going to need are G, G flat, a C, an E7, A7, a D7, a B flat, and a C minor. So those are all the chords that you're going to need. Now here's the sequence. We're going to play first the G, then we're going to go to the G flat, come back to the G, to the C, and then E7 and A7. Now if you can listen to the chords, I just played, that was the first line. You just listen to the chords themselves, you'll hear the melody. Now that's an important thing, because when we're playing a song, if we can hear the melody in the chords, it makes it a lot easier to follow the song and to sing with it. So try to pick out when you're playing a song, especially these old songs, to hear the melody. Okay, so the first line again is G, then we go to G flat, back to the G, C, E7, A7. Now we go to the D7, back to G, B flat, you can make it a B flat 7, okay? Or a B flat diminished, which is what it's supposed to be. But I like things simple, so we'll just keep it on that B flat. And then back to the D7 again. So the second line is D7, then G, B flat, and D7. Now we're going to go back to the first grouping of chords that we did. Back to the beginning. It's the same. G, G flat, G, C, E7, A7. Now for the last line of this song, we're going to go to now the C chord, to C minor, G. Now go to the E7, A7, D7, G. So the last line of the song starts with a C. Let me call, that's C minor, sweetheart, G. That's E7, in love, that's A7, with D7, and you, that's a G. Okay, now we have to understand that this is a waltz, okay? And you play it by hitting the bass note, and then hit 2 times on the chord itself. Now notice what I'm doing with my left hand. I'm letting the pressure off my fingers when I play the 2 second strikes. Okay, so here, right, and then see how my fingers come off the strings a little bit. That's so that we don't get a lot of ring in there. See, if I didn't take my fingers off, release the pressure, you'd hear this. Not as nice as hearing. And do that with all of the chords in the song. Now the G flat, that you can play very quickly. So the G flat is only like a passing chord in there. From the beginning of the song, just to show you what the G flat does. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love. Okay, so notice how I went there, and then back up here, and then into the C. So you're going to make that a quick. You didn't even have a chance to go. Okay, it's not even that long. You're just going to go back there, back up on the G, and then da, da, da. Okay, so we want a waltz configuration with this. Notice that I'm hitting the bass note on every chord. There's your G flat, C, E, A. Now we go to the D7, and now we're going to spend a couple of chords strikings on this D7, so we can go bass and counter bass, can't we, right? And notice that most of the chords have a 1, 2, 3 to them. The G is a B flat. Okay, so some of the chords you held a little longer, and some are real quick, like that G flat, and others you stay on it for a little bit, like the D7. When you get to the last line, the C. Have that bass line running through the song like that, it's very tasty, and it gives a bottom to the sound, so that it doesn't sound like you're not anchored or something. All right, so let's go through the song one time. We'll do it slow this time. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light shining in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. And that's the whole song right there. So things to remember, it's a waltz tempo, and we want to get that bass going on there too. See? No matter what your chord is. And when you're on the D7, where you're going to stay there for a couple of measures, you want to go. Notice my third finger here, the ring finger, is doing that bass and counter bass, okay? And when I hit the chords down here, you don't hear too much ring, because you want that to be muted like that, so it sounds like the old-timey music. Okay? So key of G, and remember that you have that. There you go. G flat, G, C. Okay? It's easier to do it with the chords, so you get the G chord going. So remember, G, G flat, G, then go to your C, E, A, and so on. Okay, that's the whole song for you. Let Me Call You Sweetheart. Song done back in 1910, and it's really nice. Everybody likes it. I doubt you're going to hear it in the disco these days, but some of the old-timey people will really enjoy it. Any questions, just give us a comment and we can clear up whatever for you, or give you alternate ways or alternate chords on how to play some of these things. Don't forget to subscribe. Very important. You get all the goodies when you subscribe, okay? I'm Doc Marshall. Bye for now.